Hello and welcome, 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 welcome. I am Dr. Kalefa, and I am so happy that you have joined me today. Thank you so much. Um, I have a guest today, and I am going to be talking about the role of nutrition in behavior and learning. And that's going to be done around the what can I call it? The topic of children's health today. So I'm going to be giving you some tips which will help you to introduce your children, if they're not already eating healthily, that you can introduce them with some of these tips I'm going to give you to healthy eating. And it will benefit you and them so much in the future, because it will save you on sickness and disease. It will save you on hospital bills. They will be much calmer, more relaxed in their attitude, no ADHD, etc. So it's good to start them as young as possible. Uh, so one of the things I'm going to give you is a recipe to start you off. The recipe today is going to be something to start you off along that road, so you can begin to introduce them to the idea. And just so you know, the format for the show is that I'm going to give you certain tips. And today it's going to be, as I said, to help your children introducing them along the path of healthy living. And then I'm going to, while I'm doing that, actually, I'm going to create the recipe and show you how to do that. My guest is not going to join me in the recipe today because she didn't have time to get all her bits and pieces together, and I didn't have time to get all my bits and pieces together either. So some of my ingredients are missing. Her name is Dahlia Anderson, and soon I'm going to introduce her, and she will tell you uh, all about herself and what she does, and you're gonna love it. Yes. So, by the way, every week I offer you the opportunity to join in the making of the recipe for the next week. And I will, if you want, I will send you the not the recipe as such, but the ingredients, and you've got to guess what the recipe is going to be when I send you the ingredients. And they are you can join me in the making for the following week. And these are very, very potent recipes that I've worked. I have worked with my clients with in the past, that I've used to teach my clients to rid themselves from degenerative diseases, and also to prevent degenerative diseases, just as I am going to do with you today to start you off with the children. And those diseases include things like diabetes, arthritis, um, prostate issues, fibroids, heart problems, cancer, the lot, yeah, degenerative diseases. So we're going to look at how to help your children to prevent today. So if you want the recipe that I'm going to share with you next week, you can click the description from tomorrow. Everything will be in the description. Or you can go to Instagram and click on my link in bio, and you will see a list of choices there. And one of the choices is that you can leave your email, and I will send you the ingredients for the recipe. And when you go there, you will also find that you can book a 15-minute chat with me, or you can book a consultation for an hour, or you can go to my shopping page and purchase the ebooks that are already up there. There's only two still. I know I promised you I'd have the chocolate up there, but things have been, you know how it goes. So I'm planning to get at least the chocolate one up there before the Valentine weekend comes along. But up there you can find the books. You're going to find information on my programs that I run, and you're going to find also the link to my landing page where you can get a lot more information, etc. So uh, like I said, I'm sharing a great recipe with you every week. What haven't I told you? Let me see my note here. Send me your email, and so forth. And I'm going to put, like I said, you don't have to go off anywhere. I'm going to put everything in the description for you. So you can just go there and click and find out what you want to find out. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, yes, I am Dr. Kalefa, and I have been, I'm a holistic health and nutrition doctor and transformational trainer, etc. And I've been in this business now for over 2 decades, and I've helped hundreds of people to remove, rid themselves of degenerative diseases. You can see quite a few testimonials on my site when you go there. Um, and one of the major things that I tend to use is two of the things that I'm putting some towards you on this program is raw food and herbs. Um, that's part of the healing process, and very effective part of the healing process as well. Um, so, with that said, I'm going to move along and yeah, okay. I'll tell you all the rest that the other housekeeping stuff, the other housekeeping stuff at the end of it. But today we're going to start with the a little prayer to introduce the higher power. So just join me in introducing the higher power to be present in this presentation today, to be present and to help us to open our minds to the ideas and the information that is coming, and to also to be able to use that information and use those ideas in a very positive way, and to continue to benefit from the information that you received today. And for those of you who are going to be watching this at a later date, this is also for you. So we're just going to give thanks that we are here. I give thanks that we are here, that we're able to do what we're doing, and that we can begin to appreciate the importance of our health and well-being. Okay, that said, I am going to ask Dahlia Anderson, who is my
Hello.
guest today. Uh,
Hello. Hello. Can you
hello.
hear me all right, Kalefa?
Mhm.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine. So
That's,
um,
thank you so
I'm
much
going
for
to,
having me on your show. Thank you.
my pleasure, my pleasure. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Dahlia.
Right, so my name is Dahlia Anderson. Some people like to call me Dahlia Anderson, but it is me. I am a writer, I'm a midwife, a nurse, and I used to be a past social worker. And most importantly, I am a toy manufacturer now and a mother. So that's who I am, all together. Do you want me to go on,
Yes,
Khalifa?
you can. You can. You know, you can go on as long as you like, my dear.
I'm mainly on the show to talk about my toy manufacturing, to be honest.
Mhm.
I have. During lockdown, we spoke about it quite a lot, me and you, Khalifa, regarding what we
Yes.
would do in the future.
Yes, we didn't
So
want to get old too quick, so we decided we wanted to continue.
that's right.
Don't want to
Because
retire too quickly.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And I wrote a book about a little brown girl who went on adventures, and she wanted to explore who she was with her mother. At that time, I thought to myself, okay, this girl, she's such a powerful girl, fun girl. She loved learning. She had lovely characteristics, and she was just beautiful to look at. And I thought to myself, okay, let's wait and see what happens in terms of publishing. But I had lots of people who, especially the illustrator, who said this would sell. This character, she would sell to everybody. And that got me thinking about representation in terms of black dolls, a character that was quite powerful but fun, loved learning. And I thought, you know what, Gigi needs to be out there now. So I got Gigi manufactured. She's now selling on Amazon, the Etsy store, and my website. She is a fun character. She's beautiful to look at. And most importantly, she is like a comfort doll. You know, when you had those dolls when you were very, very young, and you loved to play with those dolls and
the raggedy
dream
one.
up an imaginary play. You would go on adventures with that doll, plait her hair, put hair in a ponytail, change her clothes. And she was like your comfort doll. It wasn't a hard doll, it was just a comfort doll. And this is what Gigi is. She is like my best friend comfort doll.
Okay.
I made sure that she was of high standard, that the material was super soft, and her hair is very important. It's made of yarn wool, which gives you that crinkly look that black girls would think, oh my gosh, that hair looks like mine. And it still has that look also that a Caucasian white child would say, oh my gosh, that looks like a Waldorf doll, or a doll that is got wool hair. And the wool hair is really important to note because you can plait it, you can put it up in different styles, you can wash it, and it's long enough to play with. And I know for us, playing with doll's hair is one of the major things that are really, really important. So that's what I did with Gigi, ensuring that she had long, thick hair that you can play with her all day long. But most importantly with Gigi also, she is a comfort doll. And that means that you can go to bed with her, provide comfort for a child who is sick, who is, crying, who's distressed. You can cuddle up next to her. And that's what I want to say about Gigi. She's a very
Okay.
unique character doll.
Okay, wonderful. And I remember back then when we were planning what we were going to do next a few years ago. This was it during or before COVID that we
I
were going
think
to
it was
make
just
another?
using Ghana at the time. So I think it was
Yes,
just before
during,
COVID.
just before, yeah. And we were discussing what we're going to do in the future because we realized it was a time of change. And
Absolutely.
I mean, we've been battering about with each other for years now,
Yes, we
doing
have. I think we met each other when we put on a show called London New Business up in Croydon,
yes,
in the United Kingdom, for all
yes.
small businesses to come together and showcase their products.
Yes, I
I
think we
think
did extremely well for a couple of novices to put
I
on a
think
good
we did
show
indeed. Yes.
like that. But we've been battering around ever since then. We're going to talk more about all these things throughout as we go along. But
Mhm.
I'm going to do the recipe now, and you're going
Yes.
to join me in a cup of tea, aren't you? So, because
Yes, I've got it here.
okay, so I've got mine there, but I haven't got the tea poured in yet. So you can keep yours till I do the recipe. It's going to be a very quick, very short recipe today. Um, and it's going to be potato chips,
Mm.
sweet potato chips with cashew butter. And obviously, it's all healthy. So let me show you what I've done so far with the potato chips. Um, they're not cooked yet. I've just made chips out of the sweet potato. I don't know if you can see there and see
Yes.
there. I've just made chips, and what I'm going to do is put some olive oil on it and some sea salt, and then put it in the oven and bake it. But I'm not doing that today because I don't want to be distracted with the baking and all of that. So I'm just going to make the cashew butter. And once I've made the cashew butter and you baked your potato, the great thing about sweet potato for a snack is that snacks. Children now are eating a lot of snacks. Yes,
Mm.
there's a lot of snack foods around. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that part as well. And what we want to do, instead of allowing them to be drinking sodas and eating all these sweet buns and artificial cheese and all this sort of thing, which is going to damage their health for the future. They're young and strong now, but it's going to damage them in the future. So the best thing to do is to start introducing them now to the healthy foods. And instead of giving them chips that are soaking with vegetable oils and butter and that sort of thing, is to give them something healthy that's quick and easy to make. Yeah, so this is going to be, once it's baked, it surprisingly takes less than 10 minutes to bake these.
Really good. That's
Yeah. So
excellent.
yeah, so I'm going to put that back and make the cashew butter, which is very, very quick. And then I can talk a little bit about the natural way of introducing children to better eating.
Yes.
Right. So I have soaked the cashews overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Some people prefer to just put them in the oven, especially when it's peanuts. When it's peanuts, people
Mm.
put them in the oven, the oily nuts, put them in the oven and crisp them up and then blend them. But the cashew is not as oily as peanuts and things like that. So I've soaked it overnight and I'm just going to blend it with a little olive oil. This is about 2 cups of cashew, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to blend it with a little virgin olive oil, and about for this about 2 tablespoons. We don't want it too oily, and once I blended it, I can add other things to it. So today I'm going to just blend it, and I'm not adding anything to it while I'm blending it because I want to use it for 2 different purposes. So
Right.
I'm going to make a savory version of it and then
Mm-hmm.
make a sweet version of it. Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
just going to blend this now, and then I can talk to you about that's about 2 tablespoons of the olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put just a tip of lime juice in it, just a little, yeah, because that can go with it, whether it's sweet or savory. Okay, so Dahlia, while I'm putting this to blend, um,
I'd like
I,
to talk about. Do you want me to talk about the other characters?
yes, go ahead,
Yeah.
please. I'm going to just
So
blend this while you
yeah.
chat away.
Okay. So Gigi is not the only character in the only characters in they are called the Cookie Box Kids for a reason, and the book will be coming out this year in the summer. Um, please look out for that book on my website, on Instagram, on TikTok, and Facebook. I created the 5 characters with the desire to provide education, adventure, and art and imaginary play for all children, all nationalities. I can hear all the blending. I hope you can hear me. For all nationalities in society today. And these characters depict children of today, their personalities, being inquisitive, wanting to learn, wanting to explore, and they go on adventures. So it's really, really interesting. We have Ben, who's a little boy. We have JJ, who's more like an Asian girl. We have Mimi, who's a white girl. We have Cookie Kid, who loves eating cookies. All characters have different strengths, personality. They have a caring side, and Gigi, she loves going to church with her grandma as well. So you'll see that depicted in a lot of in the book when we get it out. Dolls do provide role play for children, so it's really important. Some people actually say, "Oh, a doll, you know. It provides role play for children, and through play they can imagine that they're anywhere. It's quite a powerful tool to have for children as they're growing. It can provide creativity, it helps them emotionally, and it helps them to grow. I have got a box here, a GG box.
I'm glad you did that, Dahlia, because the picture, the video you sent me, I couldn't download it to put it
Okay,
on
that's
here.
no
So
problem.
I'm glad
This,
you
yeah,
brought that along.
yeah, this is Gigi. She comes in a beautiful box with my best friend on it. At the back, it's got a little bit about her, about the product, how to wash her, how to keep her clean, and all the standard certificates with her. When you take her out, it's really beautiful. She is a really soft
Can I say
quality
something,
doll.
Dahlia?
Yes.
Gigi looks suspiciously like you. What's going
Could
on?
be me.
I've
She is.
been meaning to say that to you for a while.
Yeah. Well, Gigi, she, hope you can see her.
Bring
She's
her
got
over
a
closer.
little dress. She's got little panties. She comes with a spare dress also that you could dress her up. She comes with her own band. She is bigger than the average soft plush toy that you would get in the store as well. And she's of a very, very nice quality. Everything's embroidered in terms of her eyes. I'm trying to get her in here. And if I turn it around, as I was saying about the hair is always really important for children. It's super soft and it's pure wool. You can put it up in lots of different styles, in a ponytail, into puff balls, lots of different styles. She comes with, you're able to open her up here and take her dress off and put on her new dress. Got little ears. She is a beautiful doll. The other thing that I want to say about this product as well, Gigi, she's lovely to stroke. So if you are in distress, if your child is in distress, or if she's ill and not doing nothing much and didn't want to colour, this doll is beautiful. It's a great comfort doll just to turn her on her face and just stroke hair. Get your child to stroke hair. With the wool, it's just very, very cool and very, very calming. So it's a really great doll for keeping yourself calm or keeping your child calm. It's also a great doll for adults. I'm finding more and more now that adults that can't have a pet in their home, that would love like a teddy, that don't want a teddy, this is a great doll, instead of a cat, a live cat. They can't have that if they're in a nursing home or if they're in a home that they can't have an animal, and they just wanted something to stroke and to just to hold. This is a great comfort doll for that. As I said, with the hair, it's great to stroke. It's great for exercising in terms of an elderly woman or man, in terms of stroking and squeezing. She's a great doll. What more can I say?
Well,
But Gigi isn't the only doll, though, that will be coming out, that is out this year. Mimi is coming out this year also.
and the Cookie
And
Kids. Did you talk about the Cookie
the
Kids?
Cookie Box Kids, yes, the Cookie
Yeah.
Box Kids. They are 5 diverse kids. And Mimi
Mm.
is a white character, but she loves knitting, she loves art, she loves creativity. That is her. And her doll's coming out, and it will be a knitted doll because of who she is.
Yeah.
It's been made at the moment, and I'm hoping that she'll be out within around 6 weeks' time. So please look out on the website. She will be absolutely beautiful. She'll come with clothes that you can take off and put on. It will look like Mimi. And I hope that you enjoy her. So I hope that each character will be different, differently made. And Gigi naturally is the first, and she is like the leader of the pack, so to speak, our little Gigi.
Right, right. Okay, I can verify that you put a lot of time and effort and thought into getting these dolls together, because we've
Absolutely.
been on the phone so many times and we're discussing how we're going to get around this and how you're going to, you know, sort out that. And, you know, it's been what? It's what about what? How long have
It
we
was
been
probably
doing?
around throughout lockdown, so probably around 2.5 years,
Two and a
because
half
lockdown
years.
was around 2 years.
Yeah.
Before that, you was in
Yeah.
Ghana, so I'd say around 2.5 years.
More than that, I think, because it's
Do you think
about,
so?
yeah, because remember, I was in Ghana for almost a year after I got locked down there, and then I was in England for a year, over a year, and it's about 3 years, you know.
3 years.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
three
it's
years
a
before we got our Gigi out.
yes, 3 years. Well, I'm still getting the programs online. This is a the learning curve has been so huge for
Yes,
everything we
it has.
decided we're gonna do. The learning curve has been in really, really huge. So it's taken a lot longer. I mean, we thought we were gonna get all this done in less than a year, really, didn't we? And
Yeah,
everything's gonna be
absolutely.
up there and
Absolutely.
running.
And I mean, I think lockdown has done a lot to a lot of businesses, a lot
Mm,
of people.
mm,
Aspirations and dreams were put on hold. A lot of businesses were shut down. And I
right.
think, just working behind the background now is a great time to really, um, I don't know, to showcase what you've done and what you want to do.
Yes, yes. And we started to, that's around the same time I decided to go online with my, with my shows. And
Yes.
I started doing that, getting online, and that has been an uphill journey as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
you know, that's been very much of an uphill journey, actually. Learning, because we weren't really in the new way of doing things, were we? We were actually the older generation
Mhm.
who didn't really take much notice of all those online changes that were happening. So in order to decide to go in this direction, the learning curve was very much of a challenge for us.
Yes. It
Um,
was. Yeah.
yes. So, yes. Okay. So, is there anything else you wanted to talk about the dolls before we go on? Because I'm looking for my
Yes. Yeah. There's one
yeah.
other
Go
thing I want to say about the dolls.
ahead.
And the characters. As I said, that they are 5 unique characters. We have got an art channel that has just a few months ago we started, and it's an art channel. So for those children, it's called Cookie Box Arts Club. And what it does, it just helps children to learn how to draw. There will be some simpler drawings on there, and it's through nursery rhymes. So, really, I'm aiming between 6 months and 6 years when your imagination is wild, where you can create and imagine that you can be anybody. Art is one of Mimi's passions, and I thought art is a really big thing where people can express themselves as well through art. So it's an art club. It's on YouTube. Um, Mothers can please sort of subscribe and like the channel. And it's art through nursery rhymes. So there's be music in the background, and you can watch different sorts of characters and nursery rhyme characters being drawn, and it just helps your child to watch something different. And it's quite arty. Also, we have in Cookie Box Kids has nursery rhymes, a nursery rhyme channel where you've got um, Five Little Ducks, Wheels on the Bus, etc., etc. And it's great for young children as well. And all the characters are depicted in those nursery rhymes. So please subscribe and like. It's great, a great channel. It's a growing channel. So I just wanted to mention that also.
Great. Thank you so much for that. And now I'm just going to start the conversation. Get out your cup of tea. I've got my iced version here of this is a mint, one of Jamaica's mint teas. Jamaica's got several different mints actually.
Mm.
And this one I've made a mint, but it's an iced tea instead because, as you can see, it's quite hot here.
Yes, it is. Please send some of that heat to London. We
Uh,
definitely need some of that heat here.
I've tried, believe me. But so we can just drink our tea. Oops, what's this
Well,
actually?
I'm drinking peppermint tea.
So we're
Um,
drinking a
yeah,
form of mint.
yeah.
Mm. And I'm
Mm.
going to invite people to join in. I've got the comment section on. So if you're listening and you're able to, make some comments, please go ahead. And you're welcome to comment. I'll keep checking it. Uh, so we're going to name and labrish, and I'm going to talk a little bit now about healthy food for kids. In
Wonderful.
general, for those people, and I know we can have a little conversation as we go along, Dahlia, because as a midwife, you would have come across mothers who were unhealthy and so forth.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do this little introduction to the idea first, and then as I do the major presentation, we can sort of interject comments and things. So
Hmm. Absolutely.
so for those who come from busy families, it can be hard. It can be a challenge to make sure that your children are getting their quota of healthy meals every day, especially now with so much snack foods and choices out there. And often I see parents in the shops buying their children these really sweet foods. I don't call them foods. I call them empty calorie somethings that have no nutritional value in them at all. They're just sweets and they're going to destroy the child's health. And I often feel that I want to go up to them and say, no, no, don't buy that. Don't,
Mm.
but you can't really do that. So this is where healthy snacks come in handy, because if you can make the healthy snacks at home, children today eating much more snack foods than ever before.
Mhm.
So instead of the unhealthy sodas and the brain numbing snacks that you find in most of the shops out there, you can make them even healthier and tastier than their meals, like this one
Yes.
which I've just shown. In fact, I didn't show you the end result of that. This is the cashew butter.
Oh,
So
oh,
you
that
can
looks really delicious.
it is. You can see there it's like a butter. And I put some in this bowl because this one I'm going to add some chocolate and a little natural whole chocolate, which I have here, raw organic chocolate. So I'm going to add a little of this. And I'm going to add some agave. For those of you who know me, agave is my favorite natural sweetener. So this one's going to be the sweet one. And then for the rest that is left in the blender, I'm going to make that the savory one and put a little salt and a little seasoning in there, so the children can choose. You've got two recipes there, really. Well, three with the sweet potato, so they
Nice.
can the sweet potato in there, and they can use the sweet one as a more sweet, spread it on some bread. And talking about bread, be careful about the white breads and the even the whole wheat breads are not healthy, because
Mhm.
they were the wheat was what is the word, it was altered about 30
Right.
years ago, because they were
Interesting.
trying to find a solution to, they say at the time, to the world's food shortage problem. And they altered the wheat. And since then it's been discovered that the wheat, no matter what kind of wheat, etc., actually is contributing to a lot to the rise in diabetes in a lot of
Oh,
people, and also rise in
interesting.
diabetes in children as well. Yeah, so we have to be careful about the bread. Uh, I can hear something going on there, Daily. What are you up to?
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
I'm just listening intently about the wheat. That's really
Uh,
interesting knowledge. Yeah.
yes, it's been altered like so many things, and now it's actually contributing in a large way towards the development of diabetes in the body. Um, so things like sourdough bread and rye
Yeah.
bread, and that kind of bread is
Mhm.
the best
Best bread.
bread.
Best.
And definitely not the pure white bread that's been made out of processed flour and all the chemicals that they put in it. So you want to start introducing yourself to the healthy, your children to the healthier options. you,
Yeah.
and you just keep them within the four food groups, which is fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes. Those
Mm.
are the four food groups that you want to stay within. And you can substitute the sodas for healthy beverages such as
Mm.
water, juices, and nut milk. And you'll find a lot of these healthy beverages actually in my ebook, which is called Super Ebook. Taken
Mm.
from the section on drinks, taken from my book, which I wrote back in 2010, called The Joy of Food as Medicine. So I'm serializing that book, and one of them, which is now available on my site, is a super drinks book, and that's designed to make it easy for you to find different types of drinks. It's got some beautiful, beautiful super drinks in there.
Mm.
So go and get it. It's going to be on sale for $6.99 until for another week, and then the price goes up back to the normal price. And
That
of
sounds
course, you've
good.
got soup. Sorry, Dahlia.
I said that sounds really good.
Yes, it's got
Mhm.
lots of great recipes in there, recipes to help you to sleep, recipes that will help you to reduce your high blood pressure. It's got loads of super recipes in there. So it's good. That would be a good way to
Yeah.
start your children on take getting them away from the sodas. Yes,
Yeah.
those sodas are so damaging to the body. Um,
Mm.
so you can keep these healthy options in the fridge, just as you did the unhealthy stuff. Yeah, and
Yes. Yes.
yeah, and just encourage your kids to keep them in their bags so that they
Yeah.
won't get tempted by all the other unhealthy stuff out there. So when they're going out, yeah, just put some cashew butter sandwiches and some fruit and some just put some get them the little carry drinks cups,
Drinks with
um,
them.
and
Healthy.
just you keep the drinks in there instead of buying the sodas. You can even put them in your own bottles, and
Yeah.
put them in the fridge, so that the children have got those to grab as they're on the go. um,
Mm.
just as they would if they were going to grab a soda. And believe me, if you start your children off down the healthy road, you will benefit in so
Definitely.
many ways later on.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm. Mhm. I
you will.
totally agree. I totally agree. I think that sort of, I think healthy drinking is so important.
It is
And
extremely
yeah,
important.
instead of the sodas, and I'm even looking to plastic, everyday plastic containers with a lid for small children, so that they
Yes,
can drink more water, so they can drink the sort of juices that
yes,
you're actually saying.
absolutely. They need to have something easy to carry that they carry around. And what I'm going to do, I'm planning as well, is there's so many things to do. I do need, several hands. I'm planning to put packages together. So let me just remind myself that those have to be done as well. The packages of the super shakes and the super drinks, so that
Mm.
if they can't carry, if they're going somewhere where they're going to be, say, for a few days or that, they can actually carry the package and just empty it into their container and add water to it, and that will save the bulk of carrying
Or
things.
carrying water. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
So
really good. That's a very good idea. Yeah.
yeah, so
Good.
a lot of the super drinks and the super shakes, the ones that can be put in packages, I'm going to do that for them. So the healthy foods for kids and superfood chocolates books are on their way as well.
I look forward to that.
Yes.
And don't forget, maybe if you do a cookie kid one for my little cookie kid.
Actually, yes, that would be a good idea, you know.
Yeah, he's a furry kid and he only survives by eating cookies.
Yeah. Well, he needs something to drink. That's not good enough.
So we want a nice cookie that is healthy. Yeah,
Yes,
a healthy cookie.
super cookie kid health book. So a healthy eating book. So I can knock up that for you as long when I'm going on doing the other ones as well. You know.
Yes.
So that's great actually. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. So the sweet potato chips and the cashew nut butter, we've made that today so you can see how quick and easy it is. It
Yes, it is.
didn't take any time at all to do the cashew nut butter.
It
Um,
was lovely. And
yeah,
I'm going to try that myself without the nuts bit, but the cashew,
yeah.
the sweet potato chips, that is
Yes, and it's
the one.
gorgeous. You'd be
Yeah, I'm going to
surprised.
do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I must
use a
try it.
little olive oil and put a little salt, and you can even put a little mixed seasoning on it. You know,
Yes.
sometimes I put a little mixed seasoning on it
Mhm,
and just to perk it up a bit more.
mhm.
And within 10 minutes, you've got sweet potato chips. And the sweet potato is much more healthy
Oh, yeah.
than the Irish potato. Irish potato
Yeah.
is not the healthiest food to eat. So
Mhm.
the sweet potato chips is a great alternative. And
It
because it's sweet, the children will also gravitate to
is.
it, you know. So those are some ideas that you can start to use. And as hopefully I'm going to get the book done. Oh, I'm just going to say as soon as possible now.
Possible.
So, and
As
then
soon
the
as
book will
possible.
be exactly, and it will be available on the website as soon as I've done that. Plus the cookie kids.
Cookie box kid, yes, we can't forget him.
Yeah.
I want to also say, Kalefa, that apart from the dolls, we have got cups, and this is one of our new edition cups.
Hold
It was
it up
the
a bit
donut
more.
cup.
Yeah, hold it up. Ah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of donuts. It's a very fun cup. Let's say
Yeah.
it this way.
Yeah.
And it's a wraparound cup, so there's a it's beautiful all the way around and it's red inside. Can I do it that way? And we've
Mm,
also got the Dream It cup, which is a inspirational cup, really.
right.
Basically saying dream it, believe it, achieve it. It's
Ah,
great for
brilliant.
students, it's great for young children. It's a
Brilliant.
beautiful cup. It's very, very bright and it's yellow inside.
Yeah.
It comes in a nice box as well. This is a new addition for the family, so it can be for anybody in the family. This is one of our new edition cups. And
Mm,
we've also got I Love You to the Moon and Back cup, I Love You cup, which is this
brilliant.
one.
Brilliant.
And it's got our
Mm,
Gigi on it on the back, and it's just
brilliant.
white inside. We
I'm
have
gonna have to
two.
bring you over here to help me with my bits and pieces, my add-ons.
We did, yes, we did have two, because Gigi goes to church with her grandmother.
Mm,
We had two prayer cups, two different types of prayer cups.
mm,
Gigi praying by the bedside and another one praying in like outside. Those
mm.
have sold out completely.
Ah,
um,
great.
Completely sold out.
Great.
So they are prayer cups. They will be
Yeah,
coming back within the next 6 to 8 weeks. I'd say next 6 weeks we will be bringing
right.
those back. They were very, very popular. Um,
Great.
they were bought by mothers, by grandmothers, by sisters, by aunties for their young child, encouraging them into faith. And the
Right.
cup was depicted in sharp colours, very, very beautiful. So
Wonderful.
the prayer cups will be back very, very soon, because those two are very best sellers. So
Wonderful.
keep an eye. I
You've
will
done
be
so
advertising.
well getting it all together. I know how much work has gone into it, and we've been on long conversations on the phone for the
Mhm.
past few years.
Yes.
So it's just absolutely brilliant. I am so proud of you, to have
Oh,
gotten
thank
to
you.
this stage with everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're
Okay.
there. I'm
The,
proud of
the
you
next,
too.
hmm?
I'm proud of you too. But
I'm still struggling with getting. It's like you need 10 different arms, you know.
yes, and 10
Uh,
different heads.
yes, and heads, well, clones, really, whole clones.
Close.
To actually do the amount of work that it takes to get this done. But
Hmm.
I think we've done extremely well,
We
really, in
have.
that space of time. And considering we're grandmothers, come.
Yes, we are. We are. And I must say that one thing that's in the box as well is that I haven't mentioned is inside the box is my name is Gigi. I would love you to be my best friend. I love cuddles. I love stories. I love play. I
Ah,
love you. Um,
that's
that just
brilliant.
depicts who she is
Mm,
as a doll. And
yes,
yes, we've come a long way. And we do have cards as well on the site. On the Etsy store, we
right,
sell Cookie Box Kids on the website, which is www.cookieboxkids.com.
brilliant.
And we are selling as well on TikTok, Cookie Box Kids, and
Mm.
Amazon. But you'll
So
get the
you never
cards.
know. We could probably do something for Valentine together. Do a, if I, well, the drinks or some of the chocolate,
The
chocolate
chocolate
sweet.
drops, because in the future,
Mm,
probably towards the end of
mm,
Christmas, I'm hoping to link up with somebody who does biscuits with
right.
chocolate.
Mm.
Maybe you do biscuits as well,
Yes, and
for Cookie
chocolate.
Kids,
Mm.
because he's a
Cookies.
furry cookie kid who loves who loves cookies, and the name is Cookie Box Kids.
Yes, yes,
And when we get the
absolutely.
book, you will find out why they are
Mm,
called the Cookie Box Kids. And it's all down to Gigi, really, and her mother.
right.
So I will be looking at expanding into the biscuit industry for
Mm,
cookies that
right,
depict them.
right. Right.
So I will be looking out for somebody who manufactures cookies to have the
Mm,
wrappers, the wrapping bit.
mm.
But not to say that we could do something like chocolate drops or something.
Chocolate. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
chocolate
yeah.
lollies or
I doubt if
something
we'll be
that's
able to get anything
not
for
for
this
Valentine's, but in the
Valentine.
future.
Yes, it's a plan. Well, it's a plan.
Yes.
It was a plan for me to get the chocolate one out before Valentine, and I'm still going to aim to do it.
Hmm.
Uh, but we can put something in the future to sort of link up with that.
Yeah, especially with Cookie Kid, because he
Yeah,
likes cookies and you've got
yeah,
really good, healthy snacks. And that's what
yes,
children need right now. Really
absolutely.
healthy snacks, something
Mm,
to do with cookies.
mm.
Yes.
So I'm going to do a presentation now, and what I'm going to do, Dahlia, as I'm going along, I'll take a break at certain points and discuss what we are looking at. Because I know that in your role as a midwife, you've probably come across parents who were lost as to how to um, how to actually feed their babies, and people used to ask me what is the benefit of using mother's milk as opposed to cow's milk, etc. So I'm just going to go through this, and then we can stop at certain points and have a discussion. So this presentation is a presentation I used to do for schools. I used to go into the schools and do presentations for the um, the parent teacher days and the parent teacher meetings and things like that. So the role of nutrition in learning and behavior. This is a shortened version, and it's become increasingly difficult to be healthy. And because of all the herbicides, the pesticides, the growth hormones, the antibiotics, preservatives, processed, refined
Mm.
foods, genetically modified foods, radiation, electromagnetic radiation, heavy metals, lead, mercury, arsenic, etc., empty calories. These are just some of the problems that we're finding out there now with trying to find foods that are healthy, and that leads to what is known as toxic overload. The body becomes so toxic. And last week, I talked about toxicity in the body and how it can lead to disease. And we see out there that children are there's a and what do you call it? I don't even know if it's a pandemic or endemic, but the children are actually so obese that there is concern now as to how to adjust that. And it's not just the obesity, but they're becoming more and more brainless, or appearing more and more brainless, and becoming sick at earlier and earlier ages.
Jeez.
Um, Nutrition is a strong determining factor in the brain development of the children and their ability to make new neural pathways. And it's the link between the nutrition and learning begins in the parental prenatal period. When I say prenatal, I am going to put together a program, which is one of the next programs I plan to do for prenatal purposes, for people who are planning to get pregnant,
Pregnant.
and to advise them on how to look after themselves, because obviously if they go into pregnancy and they're not well, that's going to give the child a very bad start in life. And later in their lives, critical nutrients, including EFAs such as gamma linoleic acid and GLAs, are abundant in the breast milk, but not in cow's milk. These things don't exist in the cow's milk, because breast milk was made for human beings. Babies raised on cow's milk, the researchers found that they were less intelligent, because the researchers believe that high level of omega-3 fats in the breast milk may help to explain the differences in the IQ between children who received human milk in infancy and those who were fed on breast milk. Um, Poor nutrition affects the cognitive development of the child, their thinking and their learning. And it's presenting significant obstacles to learning, to teaching the children, and for learning for their learning. The brain is very delicate, and it requires a balance of water, blood sugar, temperature, electrolytes, minerals, EFAs, plus lots of other nutrients. Um, and for instance, iron is a very necessary part of the brain tissue. And iron deficiency is associated with behavior changes and delayed psychomotor development. That is the ability to perceive instructions and perform motor responses in the child. It causes anemia, leading to shortened attention span, irritability, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating. Consequently, the anemic children tend to do poorly on vocabulary, reading, and other tests. This is from Parker, writer Parker, from his book 1989. And today's diet, generally, he says, leads to low intelligence. Lack of hydration interferes with the proper brain functioning. So when the children are not drinking enough, they're not taking enough liquid and enough water into their bodies on a daily basis, and that interferes with their brain functioning. Breakfast made of refined sugars, refined flour, as you will find in most cereals, and high fructose corn sugar in most of the soft drinks, it causes a 30% drop in blood sugar in the children.
Wow.
And one of the things I've found recently, that I'm hearing recently, is that there are children who are passing out in school, because,
Wow.
yes, because of this. The children end
Drop
up
in sugar.
passing out. Um,
Mm.
so some of the symptoms are moodiness, lack of concentration, even tendencies towards violent behavior, especially in the male child.
Wow.
The brain functioning of the children are especially susceptible to these destructive ingredients. Yeah? And you imagine that the child is being fed on these things, and then they go off to school. by the time they get to school, they're climbing the walls
Yeah.
already.
Imagine. I can
Yes.
imagine all the sugar intake.
Exactly. The sugar, and all these other destructive
Ingredients.
ingredients in the foods, the fructose corn syrup and all this sort of
Mm,
foods.
mm, mm.
And you know, the well, I'll go on and talk a bit more about ADHD. Research shows regular consumption of these types of foods are causing alarming behavioral changes in adolescents. Yeah.
Wow.
It's described as hyperactive or short attention span, and they're diagnosed as ADHD, attention
Mm.
deficit
Disorder.
hyperactivity disorder.
Mm.
And I'll say here that um, my first young client with this, I actually was here for a little while, and then I traveled to England, and one of my clients asked me to take a look at her grandson while I was there because he was causing so much disruption in the family. He was 9 years old and he was causing so much disruption that the mother was having a nervous breakdown. At the time,
Mm.
she was actually in hospital. One of the grandmothers there was trying to take care of him, and they were just pulling out their hair. They didn't know what to do. And the grandmother brought him to me when I got back. And he looked like such a lovely little boy, 9 years old. And I said to
Mm.
him, "What's going on with you?" And he said, "Miss, I don't know." He said, "I just get like that, and I don't know what makes me get like that." He would do crazy things. And I had experience working in one of the organization where they expel the children from school, and the children
Mm.
are sent to us for us to get them back on into the space where they could be accepted back into school. And one of the major things, it was a Jamaican organization, and I worked there as a in teaching and in the
Yes.
psychology
Mm-hmm.
part as well. And I asked um, the children, what's going on with them. The major thing, like I was saying, that we did was to change their diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
And
massive thing.
yes, and we changed their diet and we started talking to them. I started giving them counseling, etc. And you'd be surprised how quickly they were able to go back into mainstream education.
Do
Uh,
you think, though, Dr. Kalefa, that at some point you'll be able to put together a healthy meal within a certain budget, like say a budget for £10 to feed a family?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
family
Yes.
feed, and I think that would be so beneficial.
Yes.
Um,
Let me
it,
make a note of that. I'm
yeah.
not sure about £10 though nowadays.
Yeah, and I think this
Of
is
how many-
the issue, though. This is the issue with mothers feeding their children,
Yeah.
mothers of all different spans of life.
Mm.
um they always feel that cheap is not the better, but cheap is what they can only afford.
Yeah. And we know
It's
what's in
often
the tea.
perceived that if you buy a bag of potato, some
Mm.
meat, some carrots, that might not, the child might not want that because their taste buds is for burger and fries. You can get chips, chicken and chips for 1.99, one of those round the corner
Yeah.
shops, which isn't always healthy. So
Well, it's never
it's
healthy.
yeah. So what I'm saying is really, if people, if families on low income, and not only on low income, can have something alternative, a healthier lifestyle
Yeah.
that's not going to take too long. They've
I
had a
can
long day at work.
definitely put that together because
Yeah.
I've been in that situation as well. During periods of lack when my daughter was growing up, you go through those periods where
Mm,
things just, go off track. And
mm,
I remember when I first started up my first business, way, way back. I don't even want to mention the years now, but I started up a hairdressing salon and beauty
I
salon
remember.
years and years ago. And I remember the in just the first few weeks, it was a struggle. And I remember some of the times after I paid the staff, I had like £10 left
Mm,
for me and her.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the healthy chips that you've done today, that's
Yeah,
very easy to do. The kids have just
absolutely.
come home from work. You want a healthy treat for them. You slice up the sweet potatoes, put them in the oven, 10 minutes out, and they can have that with a bit of
Exactly.
seasoning.
And you can knock up something in the blender, and within a
Yeah,
few minutes, you've got
yeah,
something to go with it. So that's something I can definitely put
yeah.
together.
Something that's
I would
quick, that's
definitely,
healthy, that is wholesome, especially
yeah.
like for a place like in countries like Canada, England, and other places that have the
Mhm.
winter months. You want something hot and filling very quickly,
Yes,
instead
yes,
of instead of like a hot pot, or
yes,
something wholesome and hot.
yes. It's
Um,
going to be great putting that together, actually, because
yeah,
I do a lot of that for myself.
yeah, yeah. I think that would be a really great
Yes,
idea for
that's
your
a
health.
great idea, Dahlia.
Mhm.
I'm going to get on to that. Um, well, I'll try and make up a clone and get on with it. But it's a great. I'm going to put it together. That's going to be one of my priorities,
Don't forget
because
my cookies. Don't
oh
forget
yeah,
my
of
cookies. I'm a
course.
cookie kid.
And one of the things I found dealing with people in my classes is that a lot of them would say, I just can't afford the foods.
Yeah,
And I
this
would
is what I'm
show
saying.
them, yeah, so I was showing them as well how to grow their own. Because even if you live in a tower block, on the 20 odd floors, people are still growing their food. There are ways now that's been devised where they can still grow the main things, their vegetables, on their windowsills, and they can actually do that to cut down. That's
Mm.
one of the ways to cut down on the costs. But that's definitely something I would do. So as I was saying, they've been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADHD, and they're unfortunately treated with narcotic drugs. A lot of the
Mm.
children are treated with narcotic drugs, and
Mm.
studies have found a link between ADHD and what they call organophosphate pesticides, which is
Mm-hmm.
commonly used in on non-organic fresh strawberries and
That's right.
frozen blueberries and
Mm.
celery. And over
Mm.
here, I
And you
know
can't wash it off.
you
Even if no
can't
matter
wash
how
it.
much you wash it, it's
No,
just there. I think
no,
even when you buy apples and that sort of thing, you
you
can
can
feel
feel
the
it.
waxiness on it. You can
Yes,
feel that.
yes,
What is this?
yes.
When
Even
you wash it under when we come from Jamaican parentage backgrounds, and
mm,
we everything, chicken,
yes,
everything.
yes,
So even if you get your apple, wash it underneath the tap, it just falls off it, and you still feel that waxiness
yes,
where
yes. And
over your apple.
even over here with like the callaloo and things like that, they spray it with something called lanate, which is one of the most destructive chemicals. It gets into the body and causes cancer eventually. What I say to people, to the stuff that's on the outside, you can get it off, and I do give them alternatives, ways that
Mm,
do that when they're on my program. I show them how to get off the stuff of the outside of the fruits and the
yeah,
vegetables. Um, but they're all being sprayed now with all
they
these
are.
very, very dangerous pesticides.
Mm,
And it's getting into most people that I give scans to, because I do the scan the body. And one of the tests that it does is a test for these pesticides. And yeah, and most people have these in their system
yeah.
because it's in the soil that it's being grown with, and it's being sprayed onto the foods after they're grown.
Is there
So
any way? Is there? Sorry to cut you, Kalefa. Is there any way that once it's in, that you can actually detox your body to get rid
oh,
of these?
absolutely. That's one of the major things that we do on my programs. You can detox your body, but you cannot be detoxing your body and still eating this stuff. You
No.
see what
So
I
when you
mean?
detox,
It's
you
a
have to
difficult.
change
You
the way
have
you
to.
eat.
This is why people come on my programs. They completely change their lifestyles.
Styles,
You
yeah.
have to completely change your lifestyle, because you can't be doing one thing and then doing
Keep
the
doing
opposite.
the other thing. So
Yeah.
could you just walk us through, for a child, a mother and a child, because I know we're on for it's a children's show.
Mm.
If we wanted to have go on your program, myself and my child, what would be the one that you would recommend?
Well, I have an entry level program, which is a 6 week entry level, and I would recommend that one. The other
Mhm.
programs I have are 3 months, 90 days, and those are for people with serious diseases like diabetes, cancer, you know, diabetes, cancer, arthritis,
Mhm.
fibroids, prostate issues, etc. Whereas the entry level program, that is a bit less intense.
Tense.
So, and it's also over 6 weeks, and I gradually introduce you to that. So that would be the best one. So if you go to my landing page at sicknesstosuccess.com, you will
Mhm.
see the program and see what's in it. And all my programs are holistic as well,
Yeah.
as they're not just focusing on the physical side of the health, because many people, for one, are addicted to these types of foods. Uh,
Mm.
so you
Mhm.
know, the chips and the pizzas and things out there, which
Yeah.
are damaging
Right
their.
food, yeah.
So yeah,
KFC, burgers, and all that
yes,
stuff.
yeah. So we do. I do with them the psychological issues that most people are
Mhm.
facing around eating. Yes.
Mhm.
So yes, definitely my entry level program, which is called Easy Does It.
Easy does it. I like
So
that. Easy
yeah.
does it.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's
thank
what I
you.
would recommend
Mhm.
for you and your child, and then you
Yeah.
work together. And it would be great if the parent is working with the child, like
Child.
that grandmother. Oh, I didn't finish telling you about that grandmother who came to me with the young boy. And once I asked him the question, and he said, and I had written my book. I just finished my The Joy of Food as Medicine book. So I sold her one copy of the book, and I told her, go home and change his diet, because the
Mhm.
recipes in there are easy to adapt to. The idea is to make them not so far removed that people, look at them and think, oh, I can't do that. So she went away and she changed his diet. And within a week, she was back on the phone and she's saying, oh, Lord, bless
It's
you,
a
Lord,
different.
bless you. I can't believe him changed so much. But research has shown that within 2 or 3 days of changing a child's diet, so like that, they are completely changed. So
Mhm.
he
Amazing.
just became himself because he
Mhm.
wasn't taking in all this stuff morning, noon, and night into his
Mhm.
system, which was causing him to climb the walls.
Wow.
So it works.
Yeah, it does work, doesn't it?
Mm. So to go on with this, an article in this is an article that I found in this was I can't remember when, but the article
Mhm.
says that in 2006, several reports of heart attacks and strokes in children taking ADHD drugs sparked concern in the US Canadian regulators, leading to Health Canada temporarily suspending marketing of ADHD drugs and a um, black book warning being added to some of the ADHD drugs. So it just
Wow.
showed that the
What's
drugs
what's
that
happening?
you don't need to give the children drugs, and the
No.
drugs are actually causing additional issues in the
Mhm.
children. And there's another article I found at the time uh, for adolescent attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and susceptibility to adult psychosis. And the quote from that says, when treating adolescents' attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, you
Very
know,
long word.
going nuts. I think patients the rare possibility of the development of schizophrenia spectrum
Wow.
disorder from attention deficit hyperactivity disorder like symptoms should be kept in mind. And
Wow.
later on, they found that it was causing schizophrenia at a later age in the children who were given drugs to address that problem.
Dress up. So
Yeah,
it's
so
really important, isn't it, to start off
to start,
early.
yes,
And
and
it's a balancing act, isn't it? I mean, not saying
exactly.
yeah, it's a balancing act.
And to start off even before or during pregnancy.
Pregnancy,
You know,
absolutely.
the
Yeah.
parent starts to really
Mm.
realize that it's not just for the child, it's for them as well,
Well,
because their health will be better and the child's health
mm,
when it's born will be better. And also, later on in life, they don't have
mm,
to spend that enormous amount of money on pills and drugs and
drugs,
all these
that's
things and the damages to the body and that. So they're
mm,
so much better off by actually starting. And they can come to me, and I can do that in a 2 week, 3 week program where
yeah.
I can work with them and show them exactly, because a lot of people think, oh, you just change a couple of things and it'll be all.
No.
And that does not work. You have to know what you're doing and know what the body needs in
Mm,
order to make that adjustment. And
mm,
not only the physical adjustment, but the psychological adjustment as well,
mhm.
because a lot of people make changes and then within a week or two, they're back to square one.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. And that's the thing. And that's why it's really important to have, even 5 recipes, one Monday to Friday, that is
Yes.
simple, that is quick, that is
Yes.
fairly cheap or
Absolutely.
economical, that mothers can follow and prep for in the week to help
Well, that
them to
will
help.
that will be ready in about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm
Yeah,
going to
that would be
make sure
wonderful.
it's ready.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. And what I can do, Dr. Kalefa, is that when you get the recipe for a drink or something like that, something that we can talk about, I can have a small healthy, um, I don't know, area on my website
Mm,
for
mhm.
you for like a healthy drink once a month. I can
Yeah,
say
we can
this
do
is
some.
healthy
We
tip.
can, yeah, we can do that. We can come together and look into it. And I
Mm.
can just do a short video on something.
Mm-hmm,
You can
mm-hmm.
just upload that. That would be really good, actually.
Mm-hmm. For
So
children,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
more of a
absolutely.
shake or whatever,
Yes,
tip
yes,
of the day, something like.
yes. So let me make a note of that before we have so many ideas we start forgetting again. It's not so much forgetting though, it's just not finding the time. But I'm
It's
gonna make sure that that this happens.
yeah.
So that's a great idea again, Dahlia. So I'm gonna definitely take you up on that one. So going on with the presentation, drugs are unnecessary. Yes, drugs are unnecessary for the children. And studies in the UK show that a change in diet brings back normal behavior in days.
Indeed, that's a big
And
thing.
just like I said with the young boy that was brought to me, within days he was back to his normal behavior, or the
Mm-hmm,
person that they'd even forgotten he was.
mm-hmm,
So, and studies have shown that that's what happens. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you a quote now. Most children with ADD can either lessen their medicines or go off medicines simply by changing their diet. And
Mm,
this was said by a Dr. Sears, um, who told Ivanhoe the brain is more than any other, the brain more than any other organ is affected for better or worse by what we eat. If
yeah,
a child is a junk food addict, his brain is the first thing, his or her brain is the first thing that will be affected. Huh?
wow,
And
that's
the,
good.
yeah, the American Dietetic
Mm-hmm,
Association in 2005 found that parents who provide a good example was more effective. So
yeah,
it's not just saying to the child, you got to eat this and you got
no,
to eat
you've got
that.
to be,
You've got to show them
yeah,
that you're eating it
absolutely.
and be their example. So adolescents get as much as 30% of dietary calories from junk food and
Mm.
soft drinks, sodas. Yeah? So
Mm.
you imagine 30% of their diet is actually messing their heads and
And
affecting
so,
their brain. And then we blame the poor children. You know,
yeah,
they're climbing the walls and doing
well, yeah,
crazy stuff,
behaving
and we
badly.
blame them.
Mm-hmm.
And all it is really what is going into their brains, what's
Mm.
going into their bodies. Um, and to avoid obesity, children need to be active. That's
Mm.
not brain science. They need to be active. These are some of the lifestyle changes that need to be made. Encourage the children to come off the phones and, go out there as they used to and play football
That's right.
and
And going on bench and adventures and playing,
exactly.
kick cans and, you
Yes,
know,
things that
that
will get their bodies moving.
out
Less
and
sitting.
moving.
Absolutely. Less sitting in front of the TV and the computer. Um, and incidentally, the electromagnetic waves from the digital, or what they call DECT, cordless phones, and the Wi-Fi wireless and the mobile phones, the electromagnetic radiation from these things, from the computers, the laptops, the microwave ovens, the radio clocks, the games, and you wouldn't be, and fluorescent lighting, etc., we know are disrupted to our body's own natural energy. And a
Mm.
lot of the youngsters now are sleeping with their phones and their
Yeah.
laptops and things in their
Right.
beds, not even in the bedroom, but in their
Mm-hmm.
beds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
this
Not
actually
good.
is affecting, and one of the most dangerous ones actually, which people are always surprised about when I tell them, is baby monitors. The baby monitors has the highest level, a very high level of electromagnetic waves, and it does
Mm.
disrupt the baby's brain while the baby is sleeping. Yeah. So
Mm.
these are things that we need to take into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
the energy field is a blueprint for determining
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate health and well-being of our physical body.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we
Mm-hmm.
need to keep the energy field intact. It is imperative that we keep that energy field intact to maintain good physical health. And all health problems happen first in the subtle energy field and then in turn manifest itself physically. So we can't take those things lightly. We have to make
No.
sure that we are taking all of the things that are affecting our bodies and our minds into
Mm-hmm.
consideration. Yeah. When the electromagnetic energy is coupled with all the frequencies from the TVs, the microwaves, the satellites, etc., hit the human energy field, they disrupt it, damage it, and interfere with its normal functioning. Yeah.
Right.
So all of these, everything needs to be taken into account that is having this sort of impact on our health and the health of our children.
Children.
So
Oh,
the
thank
di-
you.
um,
Learnt a lot today.
yes,
So
yes,
go back to basics, I think. Everybody,
yes.
outside play, inside play
Mhm.
with dolls instead of computers and phones. Imaginary play, really, really
Yes,
important.
yes, absolutely. And um, we're like bringing in the dolls and bringing back the idea of playing with dolls and the boys playing with football or whatever. And
And cars
um,
and figurines,
yes,
really
and
important.
yes, because and also I think it's more creative for them, and they're looking
It is.
out. They're not
It
just
is.
keeping focused on this little thing,
Absolutely.
all the time.
Yeah.
So I talk a lot more and go into more detail with these changes that needs to be made on my programs,
Yeah.
and look at taking them through a process where they're not going to end up going back to doing those things.
Those
So
things.
they're actually it's the physical and the psychological changes that they go through so that they can maintain that and not end up back in the same situation again at a later date. So that's it.
Thank
I'm going
you.
to stop there now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you so much for
and
having me. That's
I'm
amazing.
glad you came. It's been wonderful having you on here. I've been waiting for this for a while now because we've been putting it off, and now we're actually here. So you come back again soon, and
Yeah.
when we've made some progress, with the next stages of what we're doing, we can come back again soon and do another show, and talk about what is happening at that time. So it's
Absolutely.
brilliant. Thank you so
Lovely.
much for coming.
Oh,
Um,
thank you
and
for having me.
My pleasure. So I'm just going to do a quick meditation now, and then we're going to say bye bye.
Mhm.
But before I do that, I think I'll just mention again, um, like, share, and
And
subscribe.
subscribe.
Yes, please
Yes.
subscribe,
Yeah.
like, share, so that I can build this and bring you even more wonderful information, which I hope you will take on board. Um, and I want to say that I've been remember at my programs. Go on my link in bio or on the descriptions, which will be in this tomorrow, and click on the description and go to my landing page. Go to my website. Look at the testimonials. Look at the programs that I'm offering, and I'm going to put them all in one place. And I know I promised I'd have my gowns and things ready for you up there, but it's been a very challenging couple of weeks, so they're not up there yet. And you probably noticed this one's not
Very
quite
nice.
finished.
I love what you've got on.
It's not finished,
Beautiful.
but
I
I
love
knocked
the
this
colour.
one, yeah, knocked
Oh,
this
it's
one up last
beautiful.
night.
Oh my goodness. It's absolutely gorgeous. I
Thank
want one of those when I come to Jamaica.
Oh, definitely. I'll have it ready for you when you arrive. Um,
Yes.
but I'm going to be putting pictures of all of the ones I've done so far up on the website. So,
Hmm.
because people are asking me for them.
Yes.
So that will
Beautiful.
be up on the website. Definitely will be up there. I know it's been delayed, but it will be up there. Um, and the herbal remedies will be up soon as well. And the additional books now, Dahlia has given me ideas for even more books. You're putting more pressure on me now. I've got about 3 books in the making, and now you put these about another 3 books on me. So I'm going to be getting those done and putting those up on the website as well. So keep going and keep looking. Go to YouTube and watch the videos if you weren't able to watch them today. And if you are just tired of the pills, the pain, the fatigue, the mental and physical degeneration, if you're not well and you're going through all of this, yes, then click on the page, um, on the page for the consultation or the chat. You can have a 15-minute chat with me, or you can have a paid consultation, and I will go through with you what you need to do. And I also do the bioenergy scan, which scans your body from head to toe and brings back immediate results. Now, obviously, this can't be done online. You'd have to be around me in order to do that, but we can do the consultation, and I can introduce you to a program that will help you to rid your body of degenerative diseases. And I mean rid your body and your mind of degenerative diseases, so you can look forward to a life where you're waking up every morning feeling wonderful, getting on with your day. Doesn't matter what age you are. Yes, and
Amen.
you get rid of the memory, the foggy memory, the memory loss, the pains and aches, and all of that gone. Imagine all of that gone, and you're living a healthy life. Yes, it is
Amen.
possible. It is possible. It's doable, and you can do it on my programs. Get rid of those diseases and live healthily. In a year,
Amen.
I'll be 70 years old, and I
Well
am
done.
I'm looking forward to even more health.
Amen.
I was, and I am just as young as I was at 25. So
Oh
there you
my
go.
goodness.
So click on those links, And remember my dancing with drums on Thursday. I'm thinking about changing that to Saturday morning so more people who are not working can use that as their exercise routine on Saturday morning. And I'm going to post that when it's done. So that's helping you to release the stress, the traumas, the intergenerational trauma, the childhood traumas and things. It's introducing you to the idea that you can actually get rid of that from your system. We know now that intergenerational trauma actually gets into our DNA and it stays there unless we get rid of it. And all the trauma from all our past for generations is still within a lot of us, and we find ourselves behaving in certain ways that we don't understand, etc. Join us, and just this is just a beginning to look at ways that you can begin to relieve it. But on one of my programs also we get into the depths of that and start relieving those traumas, those stresses, that continuous treating and not really clearing it, not really getting rid of it. So now we can actually do that. So yes, get in touch with me and get in touch with Dahlia. Dahlia, just quickly say again where they can get in touch with you.
They can get in touch with me on my website, which is www.cookieboxkids.com. Or you can, and that's where you can purchase Gigi the doll and the cups and cards as well. You can also get in touch with us and purchase Gigi from Amazon.com.uk. If you've got a Prime account, you can get it straight away within 24 hours with Amazon. You can also purchase Gigi from the Etsy store and the cups and the cards from that's Etsy, cookieboxkids.com. And I think that's it. And to subscribe, like, and to watch the Cookie Box Art Club, which is great. It's much better than just sticking their children just watching lots of other things on TV.
It's more creative.
Yeah, they can learn art, and it's a really gentle and it's really engaging. And also we've got the Cookie Box Kids nursery rhymes, which is a very fun way for your children to learn, play and educate. And within those we've got numbers, songs and other learning educational videos on Cookie Box Kids nursery rhyme. We look forward to. Thank you, Dr. Kalefa, for having me.
Wonderful.
And I wish everybody a safe night.
Yes, thank you for being a great guest. And now I'm going to just ask you to close your eyes and take a nice deep breath and just relax your entire body as you breathe out. Let your shoulders droop, let your arms feel heavy, let your legs feel heavy. Just breathe out. This time when you breathe in, just hold that breath there for a few moments. Just hold it there. And as you breathe out, just let your shoulders sag and allow the muscles to relax from the top of your head to your facial muscles. Your jaw tends to hold tension. So let your teeth part and just let your jaw sag. Let those little muscles around your eyes relax the muscles. Feel that relaxation spreading into your neck, your shoulders, your arms, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Take another deep breath and relax your chest muscles internally, externally. Breathe in again. And as you breathe out, relax your abdomen muscles. Feel the relaxation spreading down your back, into your pelvic area, into your thighs, your knees, your calves, all the way down to the tips of your toes. And now, as you're relaxing so well, just go to a place where you know that you love and you feel peaceful and you won't be disturbed. It could be somewhere in your mind that you've made up or somewhere that is actually a place. There's certain beaches that I go to and I love it there because I can be in peace and quiet and just listen to the waves as they lap gently against the shore. and feel the sun. Imagine you can feel the sun penetrating your skin, those healing rays penetrating the cells in your body, cleansing and penetrating and healing those cells. Just imagine that you can feel that gentle breeze as it caresses the hairs on your arms, your leg, your face, and you can smell that fresh air from the breeze from the sea. And perhaps you can even hear the seagulls as they fly above that. And when you look up, you can see the clear blue sky, not a cloud inside. Just continue to listen to those waves and let your body relax deeper than you've relaxed before. And just ponder on these words as I read this relaxation, this affirmation. Just ponder on these words as you're in your relaxed state. There is no pain. There is no pain nor inflammation. All fear is swept away in the realization of truth. I am free from every belief in pain. The spirit cannot pain, and I am pure spirit and cannot be hurt nor harmed. I am free from all pain. Okay, just continue to ponder on those words for a few seconds longer. And then, when you're ready, you can just gradually open your eyes and return to full awareness, bringing with you all of the benefits you've gained from this short period of relaxation. Keep them with you for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week, and for as long as you choose. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye to everyone and end the broadcast today. And thank you, all of you who tuned in today. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're watching it live or whether you're going to watch it in the future. Thank you and bless you.
Yeah,
God
thank
bless
you
you.
so much. Thank you,
God
Dr.
bless you,
Kalefa.
Dahlia.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for being here.
Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.